Okay, we're filming. I actually just tried to film this a second ago, but I started mumbling with my words in the very beginning, so I'm redoing this because I want to make it again, but better. Get it? That was the lamest joke ever. Hi guys, I'm here for a book review on Again But Better by Christine Riccio. Before I get into the actual book, let's quickly talk about the author. Christine, I think it's pretty well known. She is the biggest booktuber on this YouTube platform, right? She's one of the original booktubers, I think one of them. So I have been watching her channel for years and years and years. She's really funny, she has a really bright personality, she reviews books, movies, etc., writing. I was really into watching the last couple of years her book writing series, where she was in the process of writing this book, Again But Better. I found it really entertaining and intriguing. In watching those, I was just really excited for this book to come out. Again But Better follows our main character, Shane. Now Shane is in college, she's in the first couple years of college, and she's not really enjoying herself. She feels very stagnant. She's very shy and reserved, so she decides to go on this study abroad program to study writing, I believe, in London. And in doing so, she lies to her family because they don't approve of this, because she's actually pre-med, that's what her family wants her to do, but she wants to pursue writing and such. So that's what happens with that. So now she's in London and she is studying here, meeting new friends, perhaps there's a romance involved as well, and she's just living her life, you know, traveling, experiencing new things. That's kind of the basic summary of this book. Now I would say overall this kind of sounds kind of cliche, kind of sounds like Anna and the French Kiss. I don't know if you read it, but when I first read this summary, I thought that sounds a lot like Anna and the French Kiss. But there's something that happens about midway through this book that gives this book a flip, a charm. It makes the book better, I guess you could say. I'm gonna keep saying these lame jokes throughout this, but it does, it really does. There is something that occurs midway that really takes this book from being sort of just generic meh into having this charm, this quality that really brings this book full circle. It keeps you engaged and it keeps you wanting to find out how this story is going to wrap up. So that being said, overall, my honest opinion, I did enjoy Again But Better. But I definitely have issues with this book as well. This is not a perfect book. I would say that this is going to appeal to a lot of younger readers, especially young girls that are, you know, awkward and shy and just are figuring out life. I felt that I could relate to the main character a lot in that way because when I was younger, you know, high school, beginning of school, etc., I was shy. I didn't know how to talk to boys. Like, I was very awkward. So I definitely related to the main character in that way, and I think a lot of young readers are going to really enjoy this book because of that. They're going to feel like they're going to feel like they're not alone, basically, right? But the issues that I have with this book mainly have to do with the writing and also some of the main characteristics of Shane herself, and how I feel that this book almost feels slightly autobiographical in a way, because having watched Christine's channel for years and years, you kind of get to know her on a surface level, of course. Like, we don't know her, I don't know her, but you know, the way that she brings herself to the camera, the way that she presents herself, the characteristics of Shane, how she looks, her mannerisms, feels like a carbon copy of Christine placed in this book. So it almost feels like I'm reading this book from Christine's perspective as Christine herself, and I had trouble distinguishing Shane as a different character from Christine herself. So that's my biggest critique of the book. Another thing would be the writing itself and the dialogue. Some of the dialogue I did enjoy, but a lot of the writing felt a bit clunky, and at times, for some reason, I felt like I was like, it doesn't feel necessarily like I'm reading a script or a screenplay, but this story itself felt like this just should have been made into a screenplay, like straight into a movie, because it just had that feeling that this wasn't necessarily made to be a book, but this was made to be a romantic comedy film that I could see in theaters for some reason. I don't know why that is. It's just how this book came across. And my final thing that I had issues with in this book was so during the midway, I'm not going to tell you exactly what happens, but there is a time jump. And in this time jump, we have a 7-year difference, I believe. And I just felt that the way that the character in her monologue, the way she spoke, the way she described things, I felt that she didn't really mature. Her thoughts didn't feel like a 20-something versus when she was younger. Early 20s versus late 20s. Her mindset felt very much the same, and it felt stunted in that way. I didn't think that was worked on well enough, because 7 years changes a person. You're going to be completely different from when you're 20 to when you're 27, 28. And I just don't think that was done well enough, unfortunately. So that being said, I did have my issues. This could have been worked on quite a bit more. It could have been, I don't know, just the characters themselves could have been fleshed out a lot more, especially Pilot Pen. He just, I didn't buy it. I didn't buy it. But overall, like I said, this is a typical romantic comedy. If that is what you're looking for, that is what you're gonna get, and you will probably enjoy it. I would give it like a 3 out of 5 stars. It's an average book. I will read more from Christine in the future, but it's not perfect, unfortunately. Again, but better is not as better as you would hope for. That was stupid. I'm gonna go. That's my review. I hope you guys have a great day or night wherever you are. If you have read this book, if you plan on reading this book, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below, and I will chit chat with you later.